One and all to the K.O.E. Nation, folks. I am your King of Extreme, Phil K.O.E. You can find me at K.O.E. Nation on YouTube, K.O.E. Nation on TikTok, K.O.E. Nation on Twitch, and we have some amazing K.O.E. content coming to you from one of the many friends and denizens of the K.O.E. Nation. So, folks, without further ado, let's not keep you waiting any longer.
Welcome back to the K.O.E. Nation. My name is Tony fucking G. Like, share, subscribe. You can find me at the Big Buckin' Empire, hosting, of course, the Revolutionary Wrestling Podcast, the Dog and Chicken Show, and, of course, this show, the K.O.E. Nation. Linktree/Big Buckin', and, of course, find me at Tony the Rod 2.0 on TikTok. Today, I've got, this is kind of it's a bittersweet versus video for everybody. I've been babying this bottle here of MICHTER'S Straight Kentucky Rye for a long time. This was really the bottle that turned it around for me in terms of rye. I liked rye. I didn't love rye. Well, once this bottle got cracked and sampled, so many feelings and emotions and memories. And sorry, I promised I wouldn't get emotional. But alas, I have been babying this bad boy for quite some time now, and as you can tell, I've enjoyed it thoroughly, but tediously. We are officially down to the little peak in the bottom, so there's not much left of the bottle that started it all for MICHTER'S. So I did have to go ahead and, just in case, pick up a fresh bottle. Now, those of you following closely with the 32 Rye tournament at the K.O.E. Nation know that this bottle really was kind of the impetus, kind of the reasoning behind it. And we found that, you don't have to settle for cheap, disgusting rye. You can actually find high quality, really delicious, really just deep and exotic rye right here in the U.S. Who knew, right? But the thing about MICHTER'S Rye, it is a single barrel. So this profile, the nose and the palate, and the finish, it may not exactly match this new fresh bottle I've got right here. That's kind of what I wanted to find out. Just exactly how close do they get these single barrels consistently? Because this bottle, compared to the one that Phil had, was actually pretty consistent. But the thing about this bottle, I do want to mention, when we first opened it, just an absolute ton of orchard fruits, and really was not a super heavy standard rye flavor profile. Like, you knew it was rye because you were looking at the bottle when you tasted it. But that first pour, the neck pour, the first portion of this bottle, I think in a blind taste test, people would have been hard pressed. And when you got to the middle, you got a lot more a rye, cemented rye flavor. Like, it got really nice, really smooth in the middle. And the bottom of this, it's, dare say, chocolatey in the bottom. So this one's got a lot of layers to it. That's what really impresses me about MICHTER'S Rye. That's why this is kind of my champion rye. This is my personal favorite rye that I have had. Now, I would love to get me some barrel strength rye. I would love to get their toasted barrel rye. Those are unicorn bottles for me at this point, because I have a ton of respect for the MICHTER'S Rye label. I wasn't blown away by their bourbon. I thought it was a little pedestrian, if I'm honest, but I'm guessing their barrel strength would probably impress me a lot more. So those are things I definitely want to try. And I have yet to try their American whiskey and their sour mash. I have a feeling I'm really going to like their sour mash. So I do have a couple more to try from the MICHTER'S family, but as it sits right now, this is the Tony G Rye of Extreme. So without further ado, the bottle gets emptier and emptier and emptier. Oh God, there it goes. Just enough. I'll have to save what's left for a very special occasion. Maybe I'll put it in a little sampler bottle and stow it away. What I've just poured is MICHTER'S barrel number 20D763. This is 42.4 ABV, 84.8 proof. What it's going up against tonight, 42.4, 84.8 proof. Same thing, MICHTER'S single barrel. However, this is barrel number 20A60. So this is going to be interesting. I'm actually pretty excited to see just how close they get. Oh my god! A plus plus cork pop. Wow. And since this one's a lot further up in the bottle, I have a feeling that right now these two flavors are going to be vastly different. Give that a second to breathe. Single Barrel Kentucky Straight Rye. We are proud to offer you our Single Barrel Straight Rye whiskey in the Michters tradition, hailing from one of America's first distilleries. This whiskey is made from highest quality American rye and matured in a hand-selected charred white oak barrel. It is then further mellowed by our signature filtration. I'd read the other bottle, but I have a feeling it says the same thing. So, let's go back to my first love. That being the 20D763 barrel. Just one of the best noses. Not just of rye, but just American whiskey in general. It's so good. It's so good. Now, I just had this not even a week ago. And the nose was significantly different. Like I just mentioned, orchard fruits when we first dipped into this bottle, but it's definitely back here. But I said before, the bottom of this bottle has really been a lot more cakey, like chocolate cake, baker's chocolate. And that's just coming through tenfold on the nose. I love this nose. This is one of the best noses. So A++ cork pop for this fresh bottle, and the old bottle nose. It's another A+. Just, I could bathe in this smell. This is so good. That company that does the very manly scented soap, get a hold of the folks at Michters. Like it's a bar of soap I want to buy, or at least a body wash. Let's get into the new bottle, number 20A60. A little more floral. Ooh, I didn't expect that. I don't want to say lemongrass. It's not like a rabbit hole or a bullet in terms of the rye sharpness. Not even on the nose, but it's really clean. I'd say the orchard fruit, more of a fresh apple, like an apple stew, like you've been baking with it, but not like in the oven, like boiled maybe. Yeah, very much like this one when it was first cracked. The orchard fruit is definitely shining through. I'm not getting any of the chocolate, but man. Wow, not super similar noses, so I'm actually pretty excited about this this palate challenge because they're both beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Like another A+ nose. Like this is how rye should smell, folks. They do it right. So let's go back to the original, the OG. There's that chocolate. Baking chocolate, 100%. There's the apple. And it's a subtle rye type, familiar finish. So smooth. I'm getting a little bit more oak. Definitely getting more oak here. I did have some other American whiskey before this, and I'm definitely able to pinpoint the oak a lot easier now. That's grade A. Grade A. Let's go into the fresh bottle, the 20A60 bottle. Oh my god. That is stupidly consistent. For a single barrel. Like that's pretty much hitting home for exactly what I remember this one doing when we first cracked it. Wow. I'm blown away. For single barrel, like they do not stray from the recipe or the filtration or any of the process. I'm guessing very, very much. It's actually kind of strange that they call this a single barrel. I'm actually kind of interested in why they call this a single barrel if these are that close. Mm. 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 That chocolate is just so good. God, I love that. Mm. Okay, get a little more of it there. But yeah, there's not a lot of discrepancy here. I'd say a lot more orchard fruit here. Much, much less chocolate here. A little more of the standard like lemongrass feel of a rye for this fresh bottle. There's no wrong answer here. This is just an amazing product. This is an amazing rye. This is an amazing distillery. Just for the sake of argument, who's the winner? This is actually pretty tough. Mm. So mellow, so smooth, chocolatey. Another fresh bottle. Mm. Mm. Ooh. Almost got a faint mustard nose there for a second, but yeah, it's just so crisp. Orchard apple. Mm. Yeah, it's tough, but yeah, just for the sake of argument, there has to be a winner here. I'm gonna go with the OG. Yeah, I'm gonna go with 20D763. But that doesn't mean that 20A60 won't be able to do all the things and more that this one did. Again, this one changed as the bottle went down. It's grown. It's deep. It's complex. This is a beautiful product. This is a beautiful whiskey. I didn't understand the rage about this bottle before I got it, and then once I finally got a chance to pick one up and taste it, I totally got it. And this is just one I'm always going to have on hand. And typically when I run out of a bottle, I drink that bottle down. It's empty. I throw it away, and then I go seek out another. This is one of those bottles where I was like, no, I really can't let that run out. I've got to have a backup. And as you can see, I did just that. I went and got another bottle before this one went extinct, because it does always deserve a place on my shelf. This is the one, if there were only one rye, that will always be on Tony G's shelf. This is it. This is the one. And that's a very small company of ones that I would not let run out before seeking another. Maybe the only other one I can think of off the top of my head would be a Wild Turkey Rare Breed Rye. That's up there too for me. It really is. That's one I would be hard pressed to put up against each other. Yeah, maybe we'll have to do that. I think we'll have to do that. But Phil's sitting like a bottle of Rare Breed Rye. There better be some left. That's son of a... Never here nor there. Anyway, I do have just a little bit left. And I think what I'm going to do, I think that seals it. I'm going to take me a little sampler bottle such as this. I'm going to fill it up. I'm going to cap that. I'm going to label it. And I'm going to store it away. I'm going to store it away, and we're going to revisit it. Yeah, I think that's the way to go. The OG Michters that wins here tonight does deserve to be kind of put up on a pedestal, in my opinion. It really does. Yeah, kudos to you. And kudos to you for being just as good. So, with all that being said, again, I am Tony fucking G. This is such good rye, folks. If you are curious about rye and you want to spoil yourself right out of the gate, MICHTER'S RYE. I would work yourself up to it, because once you've had some bad ryes and some okay ryes, this one's going to blow you away, knock your socks off. If you start with this one out of the gate, there's not going to be a lot of ryes that can really compare to it. So, drink with caution. Pick this bottle up with caution, depending on your skill level. But either way, you're not going to be disappointed. And with that, I turn it back over to you, Phil.
if it just smooths itself out.
Get back, tell you what I'll do. If I ever get back, I promise to refabricate you. Raging rivers of gold. That's what the brochure advertised. And now we're lost. We gotta take it down. Let you down slow. It's hard to survive. El Dorado. Oh, Lord. Well, let's see how that one went.
Yeah.